Hello, everybody, and welcome to Arabesque. Today we have come to the heart of London. I have Leicester Square right behind me, and next to me is Westminster Library, where we have come today to speak with the Egyptian painter and artist Nazir Tanbouli.
I started painting when I was under 1 year old. I started painting before walking. My uncle was a painter and he was my babysitter. So my first toys were watercolors. So that's how I started painting. And I painted every single day of my life. I studied in the late 80s, early 90s, and art school in this time in Egypt was, or still I think, state-owned and really run in East European bureaucratic sense, where you get to learn a lot of techniques, more than what people learn in the west side of the planet. Yet the intellectual components of the course is not really that high. While here, there's more emphasis on the intellectual components of the course, but there isn't any emphasis on technique. So 5 years of studying in Egypt was really good disciplining course. By the time I left Egypt 13 years ago, I haven't been out of Egypt before, and since I left Egypt, I've never been back. I'm going next September to do a project collaboration with the British Council. It's the first time I go back in 13 years, and I'm really excited about it. I work mainly on one discipline, which is drawing. The great thing about drawing is that it's very seminal. It's the foundation of many things. It's anything visual more likely to start with a drawing. I believe that drawing itself is the way to find subject matter or ideas, or if you want to call it inspiration. So I never think what I would like to do or what I'm about to do, because by the time I do that, I consider that to be design job. So I'm quite happy to do that if I'm about to design something to order. But when I work on daily basis, I allow myself to draw, starting with the simplest act of drawing, which is mark making. Same thing if I'm painting, I allow myself to paint as applying color to the surface. And the act of drawing and the act of painting themselves, they transcend ideas. Alexandria is my hometown. It's a bit like my mother. England, London is my town. It's a bit like my wife. It's totally different types of love and different types of attachment and different places on the heart. They don't cancel one another, they don't contradict each other. They just, both of them, they create me. Then I have to be me in order for people to identify me, and I'm the only Alexandrian in London, therefore that guaranteed me a unique production if I'm true to myself. And this is the problem in the Middle East, that the work could be much better if Middle Eastern artists focus on creating their work rather than conceptual art. I'm a muralist and I started as a graffiti artist, but back in these days I was 20 years old, and I can assure you that 22 years from that, I believe that it's a good phase. It's good for people to desire putting art out in the street, not in closed gallery space, and I totally support that. I would just like to see more quality, more training, in order to accomplish really effective wall pieces that works as culture in the street, culture for everybody. I'm a real supporter of that. I hope that I can one day make even just one piece that gets engraved in human memory. If I do that, I'll be very happy.